Soulmates by Kimberly Ridgeway. Cast of characters, Tresna, Amor, Milos. At Rise, a cabin decorated sparingly but cozy. Lights up on Tresna, in the kitchen, apron on, wearing a yellow dress. She grabs a bottle of red wine and walks into the living room and sets it on the table. A tone is heard with a simultaneous light indicator from a box on the wall.
Thanks for the reminder.
Tresna picks up the bottle of red wine. She frowns and runs into the kitchen with it. The doorbell rings. Tresna hurries back in with the bottle of white wine and puts it on the table. Tresna rips the apron off and hangs it on the coat rack near the door. Tresna opens the door.
Tresna!
Milos.
Milo comes in for a hug. Tresna hesitates, but reciprocates.
You look surprised to see me.
I'm... My God. Look at you.
Look at you. So beautiful. You always have been.
Milo goes in for a kiss. Tresna backs away slightly.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
It's just...
I understand. Standing in front of you after 4 decades.
4 decades.
About 2019. Which makes it almost exactly 64 years.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Stop apologizing. My God. You never know how much you miss someone until you're staring at them in the face again.
Come in. Come in. Let me take your jacket.
Tresna hangs the suit jacket on the coat rack.
So, yeah.
You look exactly as I expected.
Well, 40 years does change a person, right?
46 to be exact.
Almost 21.
It's nice.
Yeah. I like it.
Yes, this very much fits you.
Blue is my favorite color.
Yes. It's good. Looks good on you.
Milo begins to look around the place. He sees an array of board games, a bunch of novels by the same author, some reggae CDs.
Steel Pulse. Third War. Bob Marley. The Viceroys. It was you who first introduced me into reggae. Do you remember? I was working on my uncle's farm and you picked me up.
The day I took you out on our first picnic.
Yeah. You picked me up in your dad's Studebaker. You were wearing this beautiful red summer dress. My favorite color. Then, popped in the 8-track. The first song that came on was, do you remember? It was The Way Nature Planned It by Ken Booth. Fitting, no? That's the first time I told you I loved you.
Sit down. Let me bring you something to eat.
Tresna exits to the kitchen. Milo goes to the table, picks up the white wine, frowns, and puts it down. Tresna enters with 2 plates.
I hope you're hungry. I've been cooking all day.
Smells good.
Yankee pot roast, Hawaiian rolls, mash.
I don't eat beef.
I guess I forgot.
It's okay, my love.
I'm sorry.
Stop apologizing. It has been 40 years. 46 to be exact.
Yeah, I also made vegetables and mashed potatoes.
How about we just sit down and get to know each other all over again? we do have time.
I'd like that.
Milo takes Tresna's hand, leads her to the couch. They sit on opposite sides of the couch.
So,
Tell me about you.
where do you want to start?
From the beginning. From the last time we talked.
Well, as you know, after I left for Louisiana, I got my master's in secondary and special education at Grambling. Graduated cum laude. Then I moved to Baton Rouge and was a teacher's assistant for a couple of years at Southern University, then started pursuing a doctorate. That's where I met my husband, or Amor. That's where I met Amor. 3 years later, we were married.
I'm sure you made a beautiful bride. The wedding of your dreams?
As much as someone can dream of being married at a courthouse, but it's what I wanted.
How many children do you have?
No children.
Oh, wow. I remember you always talking about being a mother one day when we were in school.
We couldn't have it.
You or him?
I didn't think it was important to have someone to blame, so we resolved that it was meant to be. But remember my brother? He had a wife and 5, plus all the young people I mentored in the program, so we were rich with toddler work.
What program?
I started a nonprofit organization for privileged children in New Orleans. Free meals, education, life skills, counseling. It was very successful. I'm proud of the number of children we've helped inside and outside of our community. My organization received the Louisiana State Nonprofit of the Year Award in '92. My team and I established several academic scholarships, fundraised for teachers, assistants in every elementary class in the city, which became sustainable after Amor became the athletic compliance officer at Southern. I used his connections to start a sports scholarship program. I had just completed my dissertation when I lived a good life. We lived a good life.
Congratulations on everything you accomplished. I knew you could. I always knew you would achieve every goal you set for yourself.
Thank you. Tell me about you.
Where do you want me to start?
From the beginning, from when we last talked.
Well, as you know, not too long after you left for graduate school, I went to Indianapolis. And I actually entered the same year the Academy welcomed its first female class. Janie Mines was in that class.
Janie Mines?
First black female graduate of United States Navy Academy, class of 1980.
Wow. I bet that was something to see.
After serving 4 years, the GI Bill paid for my tuition to Stanford University. And I did it. Tresna, I earned my master's degree in aerospace engineering. 3 years later, I got a job working at NASA. At that time, there were only 11 black aerospace engineers in NASA. I was one of them. Finally, I retired in 2014, did a bit of traveling. New Zealand, Milan, and gone.
You never got married?
I did. Prima and I met when we were both stationed in Spain in '78. She was stationed at Moran Air Force Base, and I was at the Naval Station Rota. We got married a year later, married for 42 years.
How many children do you have?
3. Would you like to see a picture?
Yeah.
Milo retrieves a photo from his pocket.
That's Aaron, that's George, and that's Sydney. This was at home, and Prima was stationed at Barksdale.
beautiful family.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Wait. Barksdale AFP.
Yes, in Louisiana.
I know it well. It's only an hour drive from Grambling. I can't believe you're here.
I can. I have really missed you. I would think about you all the time. But I had gotten married. I heard you were married. I couldn't reach out to you. I kind of wish I had.
I think it was meant to be that way.
Everything happens for a reason, right?
Is that what you believe?
Absolutely. And there's a reason I came back to you.
So then it was meant to be this way.
That may be what I missed about you the most.
What's that?
Your optimism. You don't ever think there was a time that you couldn't find a silver lining or show me a positive that I could take out of every situation. That's why I fell in love with you. Because of your spirit. And you made me better. What's wrong?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Would you like some wine?
Sure.
Tresna heads to the table and picks up the bottle.
Is that all you have?
Damn, you don't drink white wine. I forgot.
It has been 40 years.
46 to be exact. I'll be back.
Tresna exits to the kitchen. Milo goes to his jacket pocket and pulls out a small box. Tresna enters with the original bottle of red wine.
Here we go. Cabernet Sauvignon?
Perfect.
Milo takes the bottle and opens it. He then pours 2 glasses and takes them back to the couch area. He extends his hand to Tresna to join him. Tresna grabs the bottle of wine and sits on the couch. Milo sits next to her, this time closer than before.
To us.
To us.
They clink glasses and drink.
I have something for you.
Milo pulls out the small box. Tresna opens it. She pulls out a butterfly pendant.
How? Wait. How did... I thought I lost this.
I kept it. You left it at my house when you broke up with me.
Don't say I broke up with you.
You did.
Yeah, I did. But I was leaving for grad school. You were leaving for the Navy. We were afraid of a long-distance relationship.
You were afraid of a long-distance relationship. When you told me we should end it, you also said that if it was meant to be, we'd be back together in each other's arms when the time was right. I didn't push it because I didn't want us to end on a sour note. I had to support your decision, even if we was ever going to get back together and have a moment again. I have to admit, I didn't think it was going to be this long. Under these circumstances, I would have married you a month after I met you. I've always loved you.
What about your wife?
I love Prima. She was a good woman, mother and friend, but I never loved her the way I loved you. I knew very early on that you were my soulmate. And that's why I'm here in front of you. It's been 46 years, my love. I don't expect us to be where we were when we were 19, but we will get there. We have time, Tresna. I love you then, I love you now, and I will love you for eternity.
Milo goes in for a kiss. This time she doesn't resist. Milo begins to lean Tresna back on the couch. She stops him.
I'm not ready.
My love, when you're ready, I'm here. No rush.
We have time.
We have an eternity.
You know, when I heard the chime letting me know it was time for my soulmate to arrive, I actually got nervous. But when I heard the reminder chime, and I got excited.
Reminder chime?
Yeah, a couple of hours apart.
Oh, that's all. I've always heard of only one chime.
Me too.
But then again, who really knows for sure until after you die?
True.
Full disclosure, as the plane was going down, I knew my life was over. And all I could think about was you. Knowing that I see you again. And knowing that everyone on this plane will be in the arms of their soulmate. Well, it was calming.
A plane crash? That had to be terrifying.
Of course, at first. Until I found myself making peace with my fate.
I guess we can't determine our own fate.
Maybe. But fate brought us back together again. Because this is how it was supposed to be. 21 years, huh? So you passed away in 98?
Yes. 1998. Sometimes it feels like it's been that long. Time doesn't move the same way it did when we were alive.
What do you mean?
It's not the same time stream. You may have been here 10 minutes. You may have been here 10 hours. Some days feel like 24 hours. Some days feel like 8 hours. It's all kind of a guess. Kind of like the journey getting here. It feels like you're in real time, but it could have been 2, 3 times as long.
That journey. Physically and mentally tiring.
Yes. I know. Like an extended teacup ride at Disneyland.
I was going to say like a virtual motion stimulator. But either way, pretty dizzying.
And mentally disorienting, watching your life flash before your eyes.
Is that what you experienced?
I was expecting a white light, but it was like a series of pictures. People throughout my life, rather than the events, like bursts of photos, all in sepia. Finally, everything went black, and when the lights came on, I was lying on the bed, wearing a black dress, an onyx necklace, my wedding ring, and holding my grandmother's diamond bracelet.
Your afterlife object.
My what?
You weren't wearing that bracelet when you died, right?
No.
Then you were buried with it. It's your afterlife object. Someone must have known how important it was to you.
It was the only thing of value my grandmother owned before she died. She gave it to me. She had 4 daughters, but chose to give it to me. It is important to me. What did you experience?
No white light. A lot of darkness. And suddenly the feeling of taking off quickly. Ascending. Then a lot of memories. But all a series of firsts. My first day of kindergarten, my first kiss, my first car, my first love. After that, I felt like forever. Everything went completely black again. But like a dreamless sleep, when I opened my eyes, I was wearing a black suit with a butterfly pendant in my pocket and standing in emptiness, except for one light illuminating the door. Your door.
Your afterlife object was my pendant?
Prima and I always talked about the end of all decisions. She knew how important it was to me. So it was important for me that I brought it to you.
I don't know what to say.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for making the journey all the way back to me.
I didn't have a choice. But I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. I love you, Trista.
Milo quickly kisses her on the lips. She responds and they share a long, passionate kiss. The lights begin to change from blue to purple.
I love
That was difficult for you to say,
you. Maybe.
wasn't it?
Maybe. But that's how I feel. I know deep down I've always loved you, but I couldn't let it surface.
Trust me, I understand.
I'm not ready to make love to you, but I do want to lay with you. I haven't been in your arms for 40 years.
46 to be exact.
Tresna kisses Milo. He, of course, reciprocates.
Go into the bedroom. I'll meet you there. Let me put up the food.
Milo exits with a bottle of red wine and 2 glasses. The doorbell rings. Tresna opens the door.
More.
The lights change from purple back to blue.
You look surprised to see me.
My God, look at you.
Look at you.
Amor hugs Tresna. She eventually reciprocates.
You are absolutely beautiful. As beautiful as the day we met.
Amor goes in for a kiss. Tresna backs away slightly.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be. It's been 20 years.
21 to be exact.
You seem shocked. You had to have known I was coming.
I got a notification. I'm sorry.
No apologies necessary.
Amor kisses Tresna on the forehead, then takes off his jacket. As Amor hangs the jacket on the coat rack, he notices the other coats.
So, how was your journey?
Exhausting. Mentally and physically. Like being in a centrifuge for 2 weeks.
I was going to say more like an extended teacup ride on Disneyland, but either way, pretty dizzy.
20 years I've been waiting to see you again, to hold you. I've missed you so much, but I never knew how much until I saw your face. Baby, are you okay? You seem different.
20 years changes a person, right?
Amor gives Tresna a quick kiss and essentially begins to make himself at home.
I can't wait to hear all about what's been going on with you and to tell you all that's happened with me these last 2 decades. The place looks amazing. Blue, your favorite. I always loved the way you decorated. And look, you have your favorite books and the board games we used to play.
Goes to the table, picks up the bottle of white wine.
Pinot Grigio Colada. Nice. And you made Yankee pot roast? My favorite.
What happened? Why are you here?
I was flying back from Dad's funeral. Oh, my father passed away.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thanks, baby. He lived a long life, 102 years old. Yeah, here I am. I was headed back home to Louisiana. And I guess what I thought was just turbulence wasn't. Then, poof, I'm dead. Here I am.
Wow. I'm just
As much as I'm going to miss life, I couldn't wait to get to you. Remember how Dad would always preach about reconnecting with your wife in the afterlife? Even at your funeral, the eulogy turned into a sermon about how even through the mourning, rejoice in knowing that I see you again in heaven. And here we are.
Picks up a fork and eats some of the pot roast.
Delicious. Come on, baby. Grab 2 glasses and let's toast to, well, forever.
Amor gives her a quick kiss. Tresna looks at the bedroom and then back at Amor and exits to the kitchen. She grabs a bottle of hard alcohol and takes a shot. Takes 1, or 2, or even 3. Amor crosses to the CD player and puts on Bob Marley's Waiting in Vain. He crosses back to the table and opens the bottle of white wine.
What's taking so long, my love?
Amor turns around and sees Milo, who is in his boxers and tank top. Tresna enters.
What the? What the hell is going on?
I can explain. Actually, I can't.
Tresna, is this Amor?
How the hell do you know me?
Tresna told me all about you. I'm Milos.
Okay. Let's talk. Who'd like to go first?
Listen, man. I don't know who you are or why you're here, but I'm Tresna's husband.
I'm her soulmate. That's why I'm here. That's why I am.
She and I are obviously soulmates. Otherwise, how do you explain my being here?
You must have taken the wrong turn, my brother.
Milo!
Oh, should I have booked my trip with an afterlife travel agent?
Amor!
You're going to have to figure something out. You can't stay here in eternity with my wife and me.
You can't stay here in eternity with my soulmate.
I don't give a damn what you do.
I'm her soulmate. It's fate.
But you can't stay here.
I don't know how to break it to you, my
My
brother.
driver showed up right here.
But I ain't going anywhere.
Exactly where I belong.
She got a notification.
That notification was for me.
It obviously for me since I showed up.
I got 2 notifications.
What?
I got 2 notifications. It's an indicator. It's been here since I arrived and it's never done anything. Today, it made a chime and glowed. A couple hours later, it chimed and glowed again. I thought it was a reminder.
You really think that there's a snooze button on the afterlife?
Who really knows anything? I didn't know what to actually expect. I didn't know what this would look like. As many stories that I've been told my whole life, I didn't know there would be clouds everywhere, or fire and brimstone, or nothingness, or even awareness. You think I know the rules? I don't. All I know is there was an indication that my soulmate was arriving, and I thought it was you.
Tresna.
I did. This is a man I married 20 years ago. The man I thought I would spend the rest of my life with.
And did spend the rest of your life with.
Don't help.
So when the indicator light came in, I started preparing for more. And then you showed up, and I questioned everything. The universe has to be right. Right? The gods don't make mistakes, right? Because that's what we're taught, right? To just trust, not question anything, you just accept your fate. So when the second notification came in, when Milo showed up, what would you have thought? What would you have thought?
I got it, man.
I know what she needs.
I was with her longer.
I was with her first. Both times.
Hey, cut it out. Both of you. Just give me a minute.
After a moment, Amor picks up one of Tresna's books and sits. In the kitchen, Tresna helps herself to a bottle of wine.
Maybe you and I should talk.
Maybe you should put some clothes on.
Milo exits the bedroom. Amor puts his book down and sits a moment. Milo enters, pants on, buttoning his shirt.
You okay?
Allergies.
Yeah.
Life though. Who knew?
Yeah, so can we talk?
I'm listening.
You want to have a seat?
Not really.
Look, I don't know why fate brought the three of us together like this, but
You think this is fate? I think this is the universe playing some incredibly horrible joke on us.
joke or not, the three of us are going to have to navigate this
Navigate what?
because we can't coexist like this. Eternity?
That's the last thing I want to do is coexist with you for the rest of my unnatural life.
Then let's try to figure this out. Something went awry in our afterlife destiny.
Milo, listen. Tresna was my wife for 20 years before she died. She never married before, and I didn't marry after. There's no question in my mind that Tresna is my soulmate.
But are you her soulmate?
I'm not a violent man. But you are pushing me to the edge.
I'm just trying to figure this out.
She told me about you. That you dated for a couple of years and y'all broke up before she went to grad school. Do you think a handful of years means more than 20?
I'm not saying it means more, but just don't diminish our connection. We didn't break up because we ended badly. Tresna was worried about us being long distance, and she wasn't sure if she could handle it if I got deployed. Had I not enlisted, I would have married her.
You keep talking about fate. You being drafted was fate. You ending your relationship with T was fate. She and I meeting, falling in love, getting married was fate. So maybe destiny is telling you that you two weren't meant to be.
Then why am I here?
Because fate fucked up. Period.
Where were you born and raised?
Alabama. Why?
You grew up in the church, right?
How would you know that?
You're black from the South.
Continue.
What did you hear growing up about what happens after you die?
You go to heaven or hell.
What else?
What specific question are you trying to get answered?
Is this the heaven you expected?
Oh, this is definitely hell. 7 fucking hell.
I actually didn't grow up in organized religion. Handed down from generation to generation, we were told that after you die, you and your soulmate will reunite. The first one who dies will be in the hereafter awaiting their soulmate's arrival. In a place made for that person. Favorite things, hobbies, color schemes, foods. My dad called it the atmosphere advantage. After Mom died, he complained that he had to survive eternity surrounded by pink decor and crushed velvet. But of course, there's the merge.
What the hell are you talking
The
about?
merge. After a while, the atmosphere will start to shift to cater to both people.
That can't be true.
Then explain why the room was blue to fit Tresna's favorite color, but shifted to purple after I arrived.
That doesn't even make sense.
My favorite color is red. Red and blue makes...
I know what color red and blue make. Unbelievable.
That's what I believe.
My father was a pastor. He always preached that we meet up with our spouses in heaven. That if you die first, no matter how many years on earth you had gone by, when they arrive at the pearly gates, it would seem like only minutes. and you spend eternity together.
Did he say spouses? Not soulmates?
Semantics.
Did you see any pearly gates? Did you feel like just minutes when you arrived? What did he tell you about the afterlife object? Afterlife objects? The things or things you buried with when you cross over with you?
I don't know. That would have been something I would remember.
Well, my family buried me with a butterfly pendant. It belonged to Tresna. They didn't know exactly why, but they knew it meant something to me that it crossed over with me. So I could give it to Tresna. It symbolized our bond and love after all these years. What symbol did you bring?
My wedding ring.
Nope.
Okay, so what did he tell you about the indicator?
What indicator?
Some kind of signal that conveys.
At some point they would get some kind of notice, maybe an angel singing, something audible indicating your soulmate has died and is on the way.
What about a reminder?
What?
Did your father say anything about a reminder notification?
No, never.
Then why did Tresna hear it twice?
I don't know.
Is it possible for a person to have more than one soulmate?
No.
No?
No. Tresna is my true soulmate. If she wasn't, I'd be in someone else's stratosphere, or whatever the hell you call it, or in my own version of the afterlife, awaiting someone else's arrival.
Who?
It's a hypothetical.
What if you really supposed to be elsewhere?
I'm not.
Are you sure?
Are you sure that you didn't make the wrong turn? Maybe you should have booked an afterlife travel agent, my man.
I'm not trying to fight with you, Amar.
We are way past niceties. Dude, from the moment you walked out here, half naked, you've nothing but implied that my wife of 20 years, the love of my life, is not that. And those are pretty much fighting words. Listen, I'm not trying to shit on what you believe, but I was raised different. I appreciate that you're trying to get to the bottom of this. But you can appreciate how utterly confused I am, right?
I get it. I do. The quicker we do figure this out, the quicker we can make right this wrong.
Okay. So, when did you die?
I don't know. A few days ago, a week ago. The journey takes a while. When did you die?
I'm not really sure.
What date?
April 3rd.
Oh. How?
Plane crash.
Oh. Where were you going?
Heading back to Louisiana from Alabama.
Flight 728, departing BHM at 11:40 a.m.?
Yeah, how?
I was on that flight. My wife and I flew to Birmingham to see our new grandchild. She decided to stay an extra week, so I flew back home alone.
Shit. Fate fucked up. Period.
You and I died on the same plane. Why didn't you show up at the same time?
Did you die instantly?
Yes.
I did not.
We had to die within hours of each other. Treasure says she got a chime a couple of hours apart.
I guess.
You lucked out being on that plane, my brother. There is no way fate would have let you showed up and disrupt our lives years later.
Had I died first, you might not be in the picture at all, default dude.
Tresna enters carrying a half-empty bottle of wine.
I need to talk to each of you
Okay, let's talk.
privately.
I'll go first.
That's right. So she saves the best for last.
I had her first.
I have her longer.
What am I? A hand-me-down jacket.
I'm sorry, baby.
I'm sorry, my love.
You just mad because she married me.
You just mad because in life and in death, you a runner-up.
What are you, 7 years old?
I'm sorry, baby.
Grow up. than it already is.
I'm sorry, baby.
Now, I want to talk to each of you separately.
I'll go first.
I'll go first.
We're flipping a coin.
Heads.
Milo's heads, Amora's tails. Period. Tails. Amora, you're first.
Grow up.
Milo, please go to the bedroom, and when we're finished, I'll call you for you.
How long?
When we're finished.
But what if he gets 45 minutes and I only get 10 minutes? How fair is that?
Jealous because I got more time?
It's cool. It's cool. I don't need 45 minutes to plead my case.
Grow up.
Seriously? You each get half an hour, breaking every 15 minutes. Deal?
Oh, come on now.
Or I can just flip another coin and let fate make the decision.
That works.
15 is cool.
You want some wine?
I want to talk.
Tresna takes a swig of the half-empty bottle of wine.
Looks like you had a good amount already.
You didn't judge me in life. Don't judge me in death.
Baby, what's going on here?
Hell if I know.
There's a reason Milo is here.
Like I said, I don't know. I have no idea how it's possible that both of you showed up only hours apart.
Tristan, we were on the same plane. We were both traveling from Alabama back to Louisiana. When the plane crashed, he died instantly. I guess I didn't.
Oh my God.
Don't bring him into this. This is some devil shit. Do you love me?
What kind of question is that?
Can you answer it, please?
Yes. Of course I love you. Why would you even question that?
Come on, T. I'm questioning everything.
Like us?
No. Well, yes. I don't know. This was supposed to be our reunion, our time to catch up on the last 21 years and start settling into our eternity. But this threesome?
Don't call it that.
Were you two in touch with each other after we...
No. Never.
Then I don't understand it.
I don't either.
Tris, I love you. And I wholeheartedly expected to spend every minute of forever with you. That's all I want. And I want to know. That's what you want.
Of course I do.
Because you love me.
With all my heart.
But you doubted us.
Not us. I never doubted who we are. We were to each other. But then when Milo arrived, and then you arrived, and I really didn't know what to think.
About?
About everything. I was told about what to do next, about how to right this wrong.
So this is wrong.
It has to be. Right?
Right.
Unless
what?
Unless it's possible for a person to have more than one soulmate.
You must be tipsy, baby. You talking crazy right now.
You can't get drunk in the afterlife. Trust me, I tried. 21 years is a long time to be alone.
Yes, I know.
No, you don't. You had friends, family, co-workers. I have literally been alone. Lonely.
But baby, in heaven, from the time you died until the moment I arrived, should have felt like minutes.
Years, some more. Increments of time and death sometimes feel like increments of time and life. The same routine, day in and day out, waiting, reading, cooking, waiting, playing games, sleeping, waiting, listening to music, drinking, waiting. So, yeah, wine flows aplenty.
You've been waiting for me?
Every minute.
I waited for you too, Tristan. I never married again. You know that? I miss you so much.
I missed you too, Amor. I love you.
I waited so long to hear that.
They kiss. The lights change from blue to green.
I'm glad to be here with you.
I'm glad you're here with me.
I know you don't want to hurt me, though. But this is about correcting an obvious mistake.
What if what is happening isn't an error?
What does the good books tell us? He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor with the Lord. Remember that? All good that is done on earth shall be rewarded in heaven. Remember that? I found you. You are my good thing. And this heavenly place is supposed to be my reward, our reward, Tristan.
What if this isn't heaven? What if all that we learned about heaven and hell is untrue? Or not the whole truth? I've been told so many different tales about what happens after death. Some things we were told were real aspects. I've actually seen in other parts we could have interpreted it wrong, or better yet, interpreted it in a way that made sense to us, but that doesn't mean we were 100% right.
Faith, Tristan. We have to have faith in this, in us. We have to take control of this situation. Bottom line.
Bottom line, destiny or fate or the gods or the universe put the three of us together.
Fate is fluid, Tristan. You just have to decide. Like you said, right this wrong.
That's just it, Amor. I don't know if I can.
Because you love him.
Because I don't think I can control any of this. If I did, he wouldn't be here. I made the pot roast for you. I put out a bottle of white wine for you. I wore this yellow dress for you. I wanted to show you how much I missed you. How much I missed us.
So you have no control. I have no control. All of our free will is stripped away after we die? No. I don't accept that.
What exactly do you expect for me to do?
Make a decision.
And then what happens to Milo?
It's not possible for me to care less. Is this fragile ego more important than our happiness?
That's not fair.
You just told me you love. You just told me you love and miss me. Now you're on the fence about what you want.
I'm saying, what if I'm unable to make a decision?
Well, I can't make it for you, Tristan. Trust me. If I had the power to get rid of Milo, I would.
Has it been 15 minutes yet?
God help me, I would.
Amor.
Now, I need you to give me a minute.
The lights change from green back to blue.
He seems upset.
Wouldn't you be?
I understand.
Would you though? Milo, you've accepted this fate, this destiny, whatever you want to call it, because it's what you want. Can you appreciate that this is not what Amor and I expected?
In life and in death, I played the cards that I've been dealt. If I was dealt the Prima card, I would have been happy with living the rest of my life existing in her arms. But that's not what happened.
You're just so flippant about it.
Because I know that I would find you after death. That makes me cavalier. I'm trying my best to be accepting of this, to make it easier for you, my love.
It might be easy for you, but
This is not easy for me. I'm sorry. This isn't easy for me. I know you have to make a decision. And I know which way you're leaning.
You don't know that.
Tresna, I'm not an ignorant man. You anticipated a more arrival today.
Mila.
You anticipated a more arrival for 21 years.
But I don't want to hurt you.
I don't want you to hurt me either.
What are we going to do?
This isn't a we decision. My love, I understand how difficult this is for you.
I don't think you do. This isn't just an I'll hurt Milo feelings problem. I don't know if I have the power or authority to make even a decision. And even if I did, what happens to you?
Don't worry about that.
No, you're not hearing me. What happens to you?
I don't know. This threesome,
Don't call it that.
this situation, I never heard of anything like this.
Because who really knows for sure until after you're dead, right?
Right. Amor really threw a plan, threw a wrench in our afterlife plans.
Mila, you understand that if circumstances were different, I too would have played the card I was initially dealt.
I know.
And I know my saying that hurts you.
I had a feeling when you tried to feed me beef and white wine, it wasn't me you was expecting. The advantages you get by dying first are more than just atmospheric. Come here.
We don't know that. If I decide that Amor is my true soulmate, then what happens to you? Do you just go to another place and wait for someone else? Do you go to some weird-ass purgatory? Do you just cease to exist? I can't do that to you.
I don't know. Grandma never put an asterisk on her stories.
I don't know what to do.
You have to think about what's best for you, Trisna. This can't be about how I feel or how Amor would feel. Put yourself first. Follow your heart.
Mila.
I don't need the whole 15 minutes. You know how I feel and what I want. But what's the most important thing is I want you to be happy. In life and in death. I must play the cards I've been dealt. And whatever my fate is after you decide, I'll play that hand as well.
This is so hard.
It's hard because you don't know what will become of me. What if I told you that once you made definitely state your decision out loud, almost instantly, I will disappear from here and enter my own atmosphere where I will await my next soulmate. Because obviously, a person can have more than one soulmate, right?
Is that true?
We don't know that it isn't.
Mila.
You either decide or we keep up with this threesome.
Oh, don't call it that.
And nobody wants that. Eternity is a long time. You know, like forever? Be true to you. You want to get Amar back in here?
Tresna goes to the kitchen door. Milo goes to the bedroom and retrieves his shoes.
Amor, can you come back in here, please?
Amor enters with a half-empty bottle of white wine and sits.
Honey, Milo and I have talked, and I want you to know that this was not an easy decision by far.
Milo enters and begins to put on his shoes and tie.
I based my decision on what I want, and more importantly, what I need. My true soulmate, and the man I will spend eternity with, is you, Amor.
lights change from blue to green, then immediately back to blue.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
My true soulmate and the man I will spend eternity with is Amor.
The lights change from blue to green, then immediately back to blue.
I don't think your decimal level is the problem, baby.
See, I'm unable to make a decision.
Or that wasn't the right decision.
She made the right decision.
Then why am I still standing here?
I'm not living like this. The three of us? You think I want to share my internal space with my wife and my wife's ex-lover? No. Just no.
I don't know what to do.
I think you know what you have to do.
Is this what you want, T?
I don't think it's ever been about what I want. You can't change your fate, right? This is fate.
No, this is bullshit.
Amor, I don't want to be without you.
But we can't exist like this.
Well, unless
Hell no.
I can't say it.
Amor walks over to the coat rack and retrieves his jacket.
Amor.
I love you more than you'll ever comprehend. I believe unequivocally that you and I were meant to be together, infinitely. But if it's a choice between leaving or spending the rest of my afterlife in this absurd artois, I'm done. Why destiny or fate or the gods of the universe is fucking with us, I will never know. Say what you want to say. Do what you want to do.
I can't.
Neither can I.
Amor tenderly kisses Tresna on the forehead, then puts on his jacket.
Go ahead.
Wait, Tressa, wait. This isn't what you want. Is this what's going to make you happy?
It's my destiny. These are my cards. I don't have a choice. My true soulmate and man I will spend the eternity with is Milo.
The lights change from blue to purple, then immediately back to blue.
Maybe your decimal level does matter.
Or no nicknames?
My true soulmate and the man I'll spend eternity with is Miloshk.
The lights change from blue to purple, then immediately back to blue.
Well, shit.
Tresna goes to the kitchen and comes back with a bottle of tequila and 3 shot glasses.
Where the hell is all this liquor coming from?
Eternal afterlife, eternal supplies. Here's the deal. This, gentleman, is our existence.
Wait a minute.
I'm not done. We keep saying what's happening is a mistake. I'm starting to realize this is no error. All that we believed on earth, some of which are diametrically opposed ideals, means we can't all be right, and that's okay. So maybe the additional notifications weren't some kind of celestial glitch. We are experiencing exactly what is meant to, which is a combination of a little bit of truth from what each of us believes, right or wrong. It's our current reality.
Like some weird-ass Three's Company's reboot.
If we don't have agency over our circumstances, let's at least have agency over how we survive in it.
Tresna pours a shot for all 3 of them.
What we're going to do is sit down, have a meal, and come to a decision about how the three of us will coexist in this universe. Agreed?
I'm sure I don't believe
Agreed!
Tresna raises her glass and they all take a shot. The doorbell rings.
Well,
Okay.
shit.